Today, we're gonna dive into the mysterious world of the Sith, where power reigns supreme and lightsabers are just the beginning of a dark saga. Forget everything you thought you knew about the Jedi. We're about to unravel the captivating, mysterious routines of the ancient enemies of peace and justice. Imagine the Sith, masters of destruction, death, and all things menacing, casting a shadow of terror across the galaxy for eons as they relentlessly pursue absolute dominion. But what happens when they hang up their cloaks and sabers? What's the daily grind like for these dark lords when they're not plotting the downfall of their enemies? It's not as straightforward as a Jedi's routine. The Sith Order hasn't exactly been a poster child for stability like the Jedi. So buckle up as we embark on a captivating journey through the lives of Sith Masters and their eager apprentices. Diving into the nitty-gritty of Sith life, let's start with the Sith Apprentice. The rookies of the dark side. Life's no party for them, even if they survived the initiation rituals. In the Old Republic, when the Sith Empire was flexing its dark muscles, apprentices lived military-style lives. Think boot camp, but with a touch of the Force. Training went down at the Academy on Korriban, the Sith's ancient stomping grounds. The details are a bit hazy, but we've got the scoop of what went down during the new Sith Wars. Darth Bane spilled the Sith tea in the path of destruction, shedding light on the apprentice grind. Alright, so mornings kicked off with this intense lightsaber training gig. No fancy stun blades, just your regular metal swords amped up with Korriban bug barbs for that extra zing. It's like getting a taste of a real lightsaber zap without the whole limb loss drama. Blade Masters were on everyone's case, making sure the students' forms were on point. Challenges were tossed around like confetti, and you had to be on your A game. But hold up, there's more to this Sith life. Afternoons were all about unleashing the power of the dark side. Imagine it, Sith apprentices channeling their inner fury into raw, palpable power. Force abilities took the spotlight, and they weren't holding back. Force lightning? Oh yeah, they practiced that on each other. Masters, being the big shots they are, flaunted their dominance, guiding the students down the dark path to strength. Like some ominous fitness routine, it was a wild ride of lightsabers, force lightning, and mastering the art of being Sith. Of course, accidents happened. Med wings filled with bacta tanks were the Sith's version of a pit stop, synthetic armor, a disappearing act, and a dip in prestige, not exactly the ideal Sith hangout. As we delve deeper into the lives of the Sith, one can't help but wonder about the intricacies of their relationships and the dynamics within the dark side hierarchy. The Sith Code, a guiding philosophy for these practitioners of the dark side, emphasizes passion, strength, power, and victory. But how do these principles manifest in the day-to-day interactions of the Sith Masters and their apprentices? In the Sith Order, where the pursuit of power is relentless, relationships were often shaped by a complex web of ambition, rivalry, and the constant quest to prove one's worth. The master and apprentice dynamic, a central aspect of Sith training, goes beyond the traditional mentor-student relationship seen among the Jedi. So let's dive into the world of Sith Masters. They're not your typical teachers. Oh no. These guys are like power architects, sculpting their apprentices into these dark side dynamos. The journey for an apprentice is like navigating a cosmic obstacle course. Not just nailing lightsaber tricks and force moves, but also figuring out the social maze of Sith drama. Now, Sith philosophy is a whole other ball game. It's like their golden rule that conflict breeds strength. This idea seeps into every nook and cranny of Sith life. You've got these crazy lightsaber duels during training that make your regular sparring session look like child's play. And then there's the political chess game within the Sith hierarchy. It's like everyone's playing the long game. Apprentices are in this constant hustle to get into their master's good books, proving they're the real deal and aiming to climb that dark side ladder. In a nutshell, being a Sith is this blend of lightsaber showdowns, mastering the Force, and this cutthroat social competition where you're clawing your way up the Sith ladder. It's like a twisted version of career advancement, but with lightsabers and Force. So let's spill the tea on the Sith pursuit of the dark side knowledge. It's a whole different vibe compared to those Jedi folks. The Jedi are all about structure and team spirit in their learning. Sith apprentices are like, let's dive into the forbidden and ancient stuff, enter the Sith archives, and find these dark side knowledge vaults that turn battlefield into brain power and hidden secrets. It's like the ultimate intellectual showdown. But here's the deal. The Sith life isn't all glitz and glamour. It's sacrifices galore. You've got this intense training that's practically a daily grind, and power struggles that could rival a reality TV show, and a constant fear of betrayal hanging in the air. It's like living on the edge, yet within this pressure cooker of tension. That's where Sith power takes shape. It's this twisted crucible where individuals either rise as conquerors or get tangled in the unforgiving grip of the dark side. So yeah, being a Sith is like a roller coaster of forbidden knowledge, power plays, and the ever-looming shadow of the dark side. The Sith Academy, where if you found yourself lounging in a tank, you've hit the bottom rung on the Sith social ladder. They reserved a VIP section for the weak, and it's far from the hottest spot in the galaxy. Now, these Sith Apprentices on Korriban aren't merely perfecting lightsaber twirls. They're becoming virtuosos in the dark arts, scheming, conniving, lying, and cheating, all without tripping the alarm. It's a dark side dance where flaunting your strength is the showstopper. Prestige isn't just a badge, it's the currency of survival in the Sith Academy, and you better believe it's a high-stakes game. Making friends at the Academy? It's like tiptoeing through a magical minefield. Everyone's shooting side-eyes, and you can practically hear the whispers saying, "Watch out, they're probably planning something." It's like Hogwarts, but with this sneaky undertone. Sure, there's no official encouragement to off your fellow apprentices, but get caught, and then you're in for more than a stern talking to. So basically it's Hogwarts with a sprinkle of "I don't fully trust you, but let's pretend to be pals." It's a tricky balance of honing magical skills and dodging potential backstabbers. So good luck with that magical tightrope. But the plot twist is that your connection with your master is the golden ticket. Get on their good side, and it's like scoring a VIP pass to the dark side shenanigans. Being the teacher's pet has never been so crucial. Top-tier apprentices enjoy the VIP treatment. Think powers and rituals that make your average Sith green with envy. Flying under the radar isn't an option. You're either a powerhouse soaking in prestige and making yourself a prime target, or you're seen as weak. Basically a neon sign saying, "Take a shot at me, work your tail off, and maybe, just maybe, you'll snag some one-on-one time with your master." But holding your breath might be pushing it. The Academy's a crazy mix of power plays and apprenticeship drama. Now, when Sith students aren't busy honing their skills or plotting the downfall of the Jedi or their own selves, they've got their own soap operas unfolding. Some build fan clubs, collecting loyal followers. And then there's Bane. He decided to spice things up by diving into ancient Sith records. A bit unconventional given that the ruling Sith thought that it all figured out and didn't need those ancient powers. But Bane's all about breaking the mold. Fast forward to the Sith Lord's daily grind. Depending on their specialty, they could be alchemists, scientists, or Dark Lords barricaded in labs and libraries. Some oversee wars, and others scheme for political power. Take Darth Nihilus. She's deep in arcane studies and experiments. Sith in the Old Republic era were all about war efforts, gaining power, making deals, and planning for battle. Some just love collecting trinkets to flex their power. But the real game changer is the Rule of Two era. Now, Sith Lords lead a double life, just like their apprentices. No attachments allowed. Though, because apparently having close friends or family makes you a weak link, apprentices still have their own lives, but are tightly connected to their masters, living a secret life. Now, as we dive into the Rule of Two, secrecy becomes the name of the game. The first generation Sith practically live like doomsday preppers, hiding from the galaxy and especially the Jedi. But training is where it gets interesting. No more shackles of time. Rule of Two Sith get well-rounded, hands-on training tailored to their master's preferences. The master feeds the apprentice power like microdoses of opium, keeping them addicted and growing just enough. Now, the master-apprentice relationship is a complicated dance of trust and deception. Neither fully trust the other, knowing they could be replaced or killed at any moment. Apprentices walk a tightrope, keeping their true strength hidden while proving they're not weak. You know, it's actually pretty funny. When you think of Sith Lords, caves, and darknesses come to mind, but these guys actually lived the high life. Imagine it. Instead of gloomy hideouts, they're all about luxury. Some of them even scout for apprentices in high society, already riding the prestige wave. It's like a VIP pass to a life filled with riches, acclaim, and all-around lavishness. So I guess you could say being in the dark side comes with its own set of perks, right? So there you have it, the day-to-day drama and training of the Sith across the Star Wars timeline. If you liked this video, then check out some of our other videos that are based on similar concepts. May the Force be with you.